How you doing there, James? Well, it's actually good morning for you, all right? In only about 30 more seconds, then we're going to get started. I guess you just have to get used to that kind of a schedule. I've never uh, I've never had a night shift job. Well, you're 12 hours, you said, so it's more. It's a half a day shift. Okay, I'm sure some more people will get on. Well, when you and Josh take 3/4 or 90% of the whole break, it is going to go quick. I think there's only one person left to pay, so um, I forget what you said your schedule was, but maybe we could do it. I might be able to do it Friday. I'm trying to think. I mean, it's already Wednesday, so we'll we'll see. Yeah, let me know. I mean, since you have the lion's share, of the spots, I'll try and be accommodating. Okay, so we got ourselves tonight another case of Arrow Season 2. This is a blowout cards break. The last one was a Facebook break. I always enjoy doing these cheap breaks. We have company. What's up, Murray? No? No. He doesn't look like he wants to get on camera. Nope. He's out of here. Hey, Robo Mole. Yeah, I think we mentioned this the other night when we were doing this break, but does anybody know how to go through Cryptozoic's website? They pretty much removed the whole trading card section. Actually, I'm going to save the. Just when we did the other case, the autograph I think was always in that left row. Yeah, that's nice. I'm just curious if there's any way to find. I'm actually surprised that the printing plate of the relic, that the base card printing plate went before it. I would have taken that. There's a green stamp. I would have taken that one first. But anyway, back to the card section. For that Season 3 case we're going to open up, I'm just wondering if anybody knows how to find the list of the redemptions and what's still out there. stamp. This feels like a relic. M11. They've always honored their redemptions, even though they're expired. My curiosity was what's still left. Well, obviously with the expiration date, it's always, when it hits the expiration date, it's not supposed to be valid anymore. But Cryptozoic always honors expired redemptions. They always have. And if you go and check on Blowout, you'll see recently somebody opened up a case of Season 3 and hit a redemption. And they had originally were told that they were out of luck. But then, I think Jamie's like the president, but then he found out and he still redeemed it for him. Well, you should have made a deal, Robo. Here's our autograph. Because we had that relic in the break too. Because it's nice. It was like, I don't know if it was tie-dye or whatever the pattern was in it. So it had a lot of color to it. Green stamp. There's a red stamp. I guess until they, use it for a replacement for something else. Green stamp. And for you Star Wars fans, the Holocron set, the break for that, we're on the 4th case, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the last one. Red stamp. And the POTUS set, which is for you history high rollers. In case of that, you have 3 guaranteed, and it's first 36, so it's only the first 36 presidents. Green stamp, you have guaranteed president autograph, guaranteed hair relic of a president, and then there's coin cards where you can get gold and silver, but that is not a cheap break. A green stamp of the checklist. Really need the holiday season and this pandemic to be done, because I'm having trouble trying to find some cheap stuff to throw together another mixer. The prices are all high on everything. And red stamp. Alright, so I didn't catch a silver stamp in this one. Jesse Hutch. That's going to be one of our lowest autographs in this whole thing. Sorry, Jesse. Well, I'm sure we'll do it again. It's just, I was hoping to be able to do it sooner than later. But might not be a bad thing for right now, because with the holidays, got Discovery, got something else. Oh, Masterworks. Star Trek Discovery and Star Wars Masterworks both come out this month. So throwing a mixer in there on top of it. Green stamp. I don't know. I mean, it took a while for us to fill the case that we did. I think, you know, season 1 of Discovery was a pretty weak product. I mean, this one, the checklist is tons better. The only issue, unless I missed it, I didn't see a single sign of Sonequa Martin Green. Green stamp. I saw a duel with her and somebody else, but I didn't see a single. This might be a relic. Yeah. I think this might be one of the M20, the Deathstroke. Did you look at the checklist for it? And make sure maybe I missed it. It's a huge checklist too. A couple of inscriptions. They didn't go overboard with them. Red stamp. I wonder what the archive box looks like for that. I didn't look. Here's our autograph. Green stamp. A little bit of sticking on these cards. It's not too bad. Green stamp. I'm always afraid I'm going to miss the silver foil boards. Just with you looking at the gloss, the glare on the gloss of the card, sometimes I can kind of skip right past it. Green stamp. Yeah, not a problem at all. Like I said, if you were to see my setup down here, you know, I've got about I think 8 people maybe that are that participate in a lot of my breaks. That I have a mail service for them, so I've got a setup over on the side, and then I've got a table behind me for all the people that ask me to hold on to, or I just do it anyway. But for these cards, for the break, since it just finished today, I haven't even had a chance to sort them out, to who goes where. Red stamp. Nope. Alright, we did a little bit better this time. Jessica DeGao as the Huntress. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that again. Green stamp. Green stamp. There's our autograph. Not very valuable, but I really like the signature. I like the look of it. Green stamp. Red stamp. Well, we got a second autograph. On Blowout, so like I was saying earlier, except for filling up that last case of Star Wars and the POTUS break, the next one, release-wise, is the Star Wars Signature Series. So probably in the next couple of weeks, I'll put in for that. Over on Facebook, it's really just a matter of red stamp, what we find that we want to try. The only problem that we have with the Facebook one is, we're a relatively small group. So we got to find something that enough people, will join in to fill the break. Green stamp. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to be making anything, but just the fact that you can't get anything on Crypto's website just makes me think that they're not in any rush to put something together right now. M8. Wrong size. Now I think we were talking about this before, but with the Crisis set, Tom Welling, he does conventions, right? I'm actually worried though that it's a CZX set. I just feel like a TV show like that, it's just not conducive to a high-end set, and I'm just talking about because of the cost. Except for probably some multi-signed red stamp. There's only going to be, one or two people, in my opinion at least, where the cost green stamp. I'm going to have to go back through these first three boxes. I'm just worried that I missed a silver foil. It basically means every box that I haven't opened yet has to have a silver foil in it, by the odds. You could be off by one, but hey, Nick. Yeah, no, I mean, I know that it's going to be CZX. I'm just concerned that the Crisis set is not CZX worthy. All right, first one, signature I just like the look of. Michael Eklund. And our bonus autograph we got, which I think was, I guess, the same as the last time. Summer Glau as Ravager, so that's good. Well, they've done the two sets so far, and they were similar in design. It's a premium. The box obviously was identical. The format. I can't remember how many parallels. I know Outlander had the. Did Outlander have? Was it green and red? The difference was that in Outlander was wardrobe, in CZX it was sketches. The Middle Earth set, that I can see. As long as they get the signers, of course. So was it Ian Holm passed away last year? Was it? Yeah, there's a silver foil. So there's one at least. Yeah, you don't want to make everything CZX and then basically, devalue the brand. But without George, green stamp. I don't know who's still, who's there, and if they have true collector type people, who are not just going to high end everything to maximize profits. Well, I know they said, and I didn't, whether it was fired, quit, whatever, that I don't know, but the person who took over for George's position, which was Dustin, I know they said he was one of the ones that's not there anymore. And I don't know who the second person is, but I had only ever met a handful of people, you know, from the card shows. Red stamp. Green stamp. But I mean, I guess they do well enough with their figures and games. Here's our wardrobe. Red stamp. Green stamp. I'm drawing a blank on his name. There's actually a guy, he does a podcast, and he's over on NSU. He's a couple of times he's come over to the States and gone to the Philly non-sport card show. Which, I mean, it's okay, but I definitely, this is a winner of a box. I definitely wouldn't spend that kind of money to go to a show, you know, just on the travel expenses. Green stamp. I'm going to start a separate pile for boxes only because I know I pulled a silver out of here. All right, I'm going to start the wardrobe. I believe this is one of the rarest. M4 Slade Wilson. And maybe I did. There you go, Katie. All right, so we got 3 of the ladies. This feels like our wardrobe. Yep. This feels stiff too. Oh, maybe we got our first duel. Yeah, got our first duel. Green stamp. I'd have to go back through and see, you know, when we did the original breaks, what we pulled. I really don't remember. I think we did 2 cases of this at release. Red stamp. Were we talking about two different Katies, James? I wouldn't mind finding a case of season 4. Since at least on those we had a chance at a green arrow. There's a red stamp. Yeah, they were a little bit easier to come across than the flash autographs. Green stamp. I think our best bet, probably for something, especially if we're not going to be able to find a case either on Blowout or David Adams, would be probably grab an archive box off of eBay of something. Red stamp. That's like, well, it doesn't matter since you wouldn't know who it is. But one of the people that I store stuff from, I have a case of cards that they're eventually going to have, want me to send off to them, but they're holding on to it over here for now. But it's a case of Volume 1 Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, James, if you haven't already, next time you're on the Facebook page, go under announcements and take a look at the information for the mail service that I have for people. Like I said, it's pretty much for people that are in my breaks. And a green. So yeah, I had to have missed the silver foil. Because just based off of the odds, I should have 9. I think they're 1 in 20 packs. Or no, is it 1 in 30 packs? Oh, we'll see. All right, our dual DM3. But if ever you buy something, you can have it sent to me, and then I can forward it to you. And M18, John Barrowman. And our autograph, Katrina Law. Yeah, so all it is, it gives you a U.S. address, so you can have stuff sent, and then I just, I hold on to your stuff here, and then when you're ready for it, I pack it all up and forward it over to you. I charge a little bit, just enough to cover my time to do it, and then whatever the shipping costs are to get it to you. That's the only thing that can be a pain. But you'll see, if you were to ask I'm trying to think if Adrian is in the Facebook group. I don't know, but Red Stamp. The thing that saves you is even if it was individual cards, you buy something from a U.S. seller, and they're going to charge you $10, $20 to mail one card to you, plus whatever you might get hit with customs, depending on how it, makes its way through green stamp. So you send it to a U.S. mailbox. Almost always now, shipping is free for most of them. So you just add all that up, and then when it's time to mail you the cards, I pack them up and on their way to you, and then you only have to deal with one custom fee and one shipping fee. The only thing you have to be careful of is with the customs, you can't short yourself on your custom fees because that's directly related to your insurance. So, you put down it's $10 and it's a gift, but it's really a $1,000 card, and then something happens to it, well, you can't put $1,000 worth of insurance on it. The one new thing I wasn't aware of is I've been using UPS and FedEx, is that they charge a brokerage fee. That's the one that gets you, and I didn't know about that until we did it. There's a silver. I sent some stuff to Canada. I think we declared $500 for the value, and the fee that UPS charged him just to pay the customs, that's all the fee was for, was more than the actual customs fee. Red stamp. Green stamp. I mean, it was definitely a learning experience with that. The only good thing about it, really, is that at the end of the day, even with that brokerage fee put in, it was still cheaper than if he had everything sent to, directly to his address. And then also the fact that there's some people now that they won't ship out of the United States, period. Here's our other. Actually, I want this card, but I want a different inscription. Green. This was not a good box. That one over there since we pulled the silver. M15. And Graham Shields. He has one. It's he's put born on a Monday inscription. I already have this one. He does a third inscription. I forget what it says, but I think it's something similar to that one. I would think we'd be due for our printing plate by now. Wardrobe. Maybe there's 4 of them. Just since I have my little Solomon Grundy collection. I wanted the Born on a Monday one. Red stamp. Green stamp. Green stamp. Red stamp. Green stamp. Red stamp of the checklist. So we got the green and the red. Now we just need the silver checklist. Green stamp. There's our autograph. Green stamp. a silver foil. All right, Seth Giebel. And M17. You can see it's a pattern. Green stamp. So have either of you had some any pickups lately? Always curious. I just keep slowly chipping away at my Game of Thrones want list. Red stamp. Hey, it's my Brazilian buddy Emerson. I think for Arrow, I think it was season 4. Because when I did that breakdown for season 3, I did not have I'll tell you, I don't remember having what the heck. I don't remember seeing it in the checklist, but I hadn't opened it up, so I don't remember. Because I know they only have the one parallel. No, there's none. But now, is there for season 4? I think there is. I know Flash had star powers. All of them had star powers. So, but Arrow was the first set. So maybe. Yeah, season 4 had them. Oh. There's a silver. There we go. We're getting good now. You know what? I don't have much to sell. I actually green stamp. I'm hoping that they have the Philly Spring Show because I did set up there 2 years ago. My daughter and I, she loves going, even though she doesn't even really collect. But all my cheap stuff. Red stamp. So that'll probably be the next time I try and sell anything. It's mostly all the stuff, the leftovers from the breaks or things that people just, they tell me to keep because they don't want them. I think 95% of what I had was $5 and under. There's our wardrobe. Let's see. Season 2 Enterprise promo. Yeah, some of these, a couple of those promos, the Rittenhouse ones apparently, are hard to come by. Green stamp. I know a couple of the promos, you know, I get, again, the Philly show is the only place where it's the only show I go to, the only show there is. And I get the, whatever promos they're handing out. And some of them I've resold for decent cash. But over on NSU, I know there was a discussion about they have promos that for the same set, the same card number, yet there's variations to them. So I don't know what's going on with that. Here's our autograph. Well, the sets that you're putting together, if it's anything that I've done group breaks of, I've got a bunch of extra base cards and the cheap inserts and stuff. You know, again, just some stragglers here and there. If it's any of that kind of stuff, send me over your want list, and if I have anything, I'll include it with your cards. Never gotten a Xena Robo. Do I play video games? Not really. No, no time for that anymore. I used to play. All right, actually, you know, we'll start the autograph. The autograph's worse. Dylan Bruce. Well, like I said, send over the list. You never know what I might have of what you need. But back to you, Robo. I'm a fan of Bruce Campbell. M22. I used to love Briscoe County. I thought that show was really fun to watch. Alright, then video games. So when I was little, Emerson, my parents owned a tavern, and we had a couple of full-size, you know, arcade machines in there, whether it be video game, pinball, any of that kind of stuff. So I used to get to play that, but you know, I had a Nintendo and I had a, what did I have? Oh, I had a Sega Saturn. That's what I. But now I've got a Wii and a PS3, and I barely ever play. Yeah, send me that number when you get it. Or like I said, if you have a want list in general, just send me the whole want list. You know what I actually liked, and I'm guessing it was a made-for-TV movie. He did a movie with, might have been Lori Loughlin, where they were married and they were bank robbers. It actually wasn't a bad movie. Green. Yeah, I always wanted to buy a full-size pinball machine. We were going to buy one for my father-in-law. They were they were cheap, but apparently they all needed to be restored, the ones we were looking at. So they're not so cheap once you restore one. I always wanted, what was the one pinball machine I used to play down at the beach? I think it was called Funhouse, where it had like a big ventriloquist dummy head right in the middle of it. Green stamp. Red stamp. Red stamp again. Silver foil. Green stamp of the title card. Here's our wardrobe. Yep. I'm wondering, we're down to 3 boxes plus a couple packs here. We still didn't get our printing plate. Doesn't look like the odds are going to be in our favor to get 2 printing plates since we still haven't hit our first, but you never know. Here's our autograph. You know, if I ever had the time, green stamp, I always wanted to look at one of those, I forget what they call them, but it's like the homemade machine, but it's in a full-size cabinet, and it's got the, what is that, like, it's called like Raspberry Pi or something like that, where you can pretty much play any game ever made on it. Because I want all the old games. I need Zaxxon. So no, we're good there. All right, Selena Jade. Yeah, I remember looking it up. The very first video game system we had, I mean, besides having, you know, some full-size games, like, I mean, I remember when, you know, like Asteroids came out. And this is M1, isn't it? Yes, M1. Yeah, I would love to have a machine that could play the games that I used to play when I was a kid. I don't care so much about like Pac-Man, but like I said, you know, Asteroids, Breakout, Zaxxon, 1942. I sucked at Tempest. I don't want to play that again. I don't know about you, James and Robo, if you guys are, what video games you guys played. Green stamp. Oh, you got one of those PS5s? I like being behind the times on the consoles. I'm gonna wait for somebody to get rid of their 4. And I'll pick one of those up so I can replace my PS3. I use it more for a Blu-ray player than I do for a video game console. And I mean, I had the original Nintendo and I had the original Game Boy. And then, like I said, then I guess because Nintendo came out, geez, when did that come out? Like 1989, 1990, something like that. And dud autograph and a decent wardrobe card. Green stamp. I thought my Sega Saturn, even though it wasn't much, it didn't really do well in the market. It was a great system. It was also the only one that had House of the Dead at the time. I loved House of the Dead. I had House of the Dead, Mortal Kombat, whatever version it was at the time, and green stamp. Oh, Daytona. That was the best racing game. I have no idea what Mega Drive is. Is that a console or a game? Silver foil. We really are on a run. Every box. So you want to know how you know if you're old, Emerson? I was going to first answer, you say if I still play video games, or if I play them. I do. But my game on my phone, I play Sudoku. I play a puzzle a day. That's how old I am. Or I consider a puzzle game a video game. Yeah, I have heard that. And a red stamp. Okay, James Pizzanato. And M6. Sarah Lance. One thing I've noticed, Emerson, when you check in, I don't think you've ever actually talked about cards at all. But I'd have to assume that since you're watching my videos here, that you're interested in trading cards. So, are you able to? Do you collect cards, or is it really hard to get them where you live? And if so, what do you collect? Red stamp of the title card. Green stamp. This might be a pretty, not wardrobe. The 24 cards, that's an older set. Green stamp. That's a lot of different stuff there. For me, it's my Game of Thrones, and then it's a hodgepodge of everything else after that. Red stamp. Now, I'm only familiar for Thunderbirds. I'm only familiar with like one set. There's a silver. I think it was a heavy sketch set, if I remember correctly. Red stamp. Well, for Valerian Steel, I have a lot of extra golds because I had about 2/3 of a set, and then somebody had a full set up for sale, so I bought an entire set just to finish mine off. But I don't think I have anything else extra, base insert or otherwise. But it's really, for me, it's just mostly if I like the look of a set. So like I've got, a couple of Star Wars sets, a couple of Walking Dead sets, DC set in there. Now with Doctor Strange, I mean, except for whatever he may appear in. I mean, they had the one movie set, which I mean, it wasn't a bad set. Green stamp. The packaging was ridiculous on it. I remember when I got that case, the case was enormous. It was like the size of one of those Stellar cases, and it was a normal, like a 12-box case or something. Green stamp. M9. Do you do the E-Pack stuff? I mean, I know you could get it really cheap on ePack. I'm wondering if this, well, I don't remember this autograph at all from any of the cases we opened, but maybe it's, I just don't remember. David Nickel. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but and he put Anatoly, his character name, on there, a little inscription. All right, we're down to our last box. I just want to jump over to the checklist for a second. I'm just wondering something here. So we got one extra autograph, but the duels. What? Okay, so we could only get one duel. That is possible. So I'm going to guess that in this last box we're going to have a plate, but not a second duel. That kind of stinks, considering in our case the other. Because I mean, if we get a printing plate and a duel in this last box, that'll be a pretty killer box. And then, so now we're at what, 7 of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we get another silver, then I don't think I missed a silver in these other 4 boxes. Green stamp. But unfortunately, it's the luck of the odds when they, you know, oh, there's our silver. When they give you those weird odds where it's, you know, not quite one a case. Yes, I have family. I married, obviously, and I have 2 children. My son is 17 and my daughter is 12. Red stamp. Not really. He's actually, I call it, he's a closet Star Wars nerd. You know, it's not something, he doesn't really go out and go crazy. There's something on my finger, it feels like a piece of tape. But he'll actually, sometimes he'll grab an empty box or something. Last year, Stellar, when I did get 1 box, I gave it to him. He's actually right now, the high school senior trip, they always go to Disney World. So he's hoping that everything clears up and it doesn't get canceled because he wants to go to that Galaxy's Edge while he's down there. You'd have to look at to see, but Star Wars Stellar, which is the, you know, roughly $8,000 Star Wars set, the boxes are really nice. Matter of fact, the one this year looks like a gun case. But the ones previously, they were just these really high quality, heavy duty cardboard boxes. There is wardrobe. I think he put all of his Xbox games in it. Red stamp. Hey Russell, how you doing? Haven't heard from you in a while. We're definitely ending on a weak autograph. Red stamp. Well, that got pushed back a week, didn't it? I think. Does the 16th sound right? All right. 3 packs. Where the hell? I'm just trying to see if I can. They all feel the same to me. Green stamp. Guess that means Holocron's probably going to get pushed back too. Oh, this one did feel a little stiffer, but yep. That was close. Alright, so the only thing I'm not sure on is if I might have missed a silver parallel in one of those boxes. I'm going to go back and check. Artine Brown. The one that we got in the other case, I don't think he had the heart in it, but not like it really makes a huge difference. M10. So at least we're on a good run for getting black printing plates. Let me just tell you what card this is. It'll be easy enough. That would be black printing plate for M18. We were talking about that earlier, Russell. I'll be honest with you. I don't expect anything anytime soon from Cryptozoic. You know, they took their trading card section is pretty much gone from their website. They still advertise for the 2 CZX sets that are supposed to be coming out, but I couldn't tell you, you know, if they are or aren't. Okay, so a quick rundown. So we just saw that printing plate. We got one dual DM3, our wardrobe cards. Let's see if I can. That's M1. Try and do this in sort of order. M4, M6, M8, M9, M9, M10, M11, M15, M17, M18, M22, and M20, then M22, sorry. Got my out of order. Alright, our autographs. So we got Artine Brown, James Pizzanato, Dylan Bruce, Seth Gable, Graham Shields, Jesse Hutch, Michael Eklund. All right, then these are our better ones. Actually, I don't know about this David Nickel. I mean, I don't remember that autograph, so I think it might be a little bit, you know, harder to pull. Selena Jade, Katrina Law, Jessica DeGal, Summer Glau, and Katie Lotz. Okay, that is everything. I'm going to try, it's not too bad. I'm going to try and get started on these scans now. You probably won't see them until tomorrow night, unless I get lucky here and get them all done. And like I said, I'm going to go through those 4 boxes again just to make sure I didn't miss one silver foil, because we only got 8, which is actually the minimum that you can get. You should get 9 or 10. That's why I want to just make sure I didn't miss one, because they're 1 in 30 packs. So I mean that is 8, but we usually pull more than that. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Join the Facebook group, iFish73 Non-Sport Group Breaks, where we just second break in a row for Arrow, and it filled in like 2 hours. Still got that Walking Dead break we're trying to do, and then after that we'll see, find the next break that we all can agree on. And over on Blowout Cards, Star Wars Holocron, the last case, case 4. I don't think I'm doing any more. That's filling now. The POTUS break, so the guaranteed presidential autographs in that one. And I think that is everything. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next break.